Hello and welcome back to another video. Before we start, we need to check out the Nations Cup that's going to be on this evening actually. This daily race, I'm doing it on a Wednesday. So we're going to have Audi TTs in Alsace and Alsace. Or is it Alsace? I think it's a French word, I think there. Is it Alsace or Alsace? Tell me below in the comments. And, oops, sorry. We're going to be using the hard tires. 12 laps in Alsace. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's Alsace, but anyway, we're gonna jump into daily recipe. I'm gonna do also C because it's kind of interesting. I've not have had that before, but it's gonna be look interesting. Probably I'll use the Lexus, the Outoms Lexus, which is 15 laps here, and you have to use the medium tires. Just if you want, if you can go for a full lap or change if you want, but we're gonna go in for daily recipe, which has come out a lot of times. I don't know, it is 1,000 times, a millionth time probably throughout the years. And I'm gonna try out the Lexus. I'm gonna, if you haven't seen the manufacturer's video, yeah, it was a tight one. It was a really tight race, meaning tight race, tight track, and big cars, and it was really kind of hard to overtake. The really just places to overtake were through the, how can I put it, through the corners, the straight lines, and it wasn't really the best way to start. As you see here, I was having a good race starting from behind, and I had a bad mishap there. Got missed my braking point, dipped two tires in the grass, got punted towards Mr. Barrier, and I had to work my way up again. Found the French guy here who was recovering from a spin round or sent to the barrier, and it looked so good. It looked okay going through here. Yellow flag, somebody else is sent to Mr. Barrier here, is recovering, the Czech guy. Going through him, he was thinking of quitting for some reason. Yeah, and he did quit. And as he quit, I got disconnected. I think he took me with him for some reason. He said, I'm not racing this, and also Roy Kojas is not racing this. And tried again for the second time. It was a tough race, starting already gained 5 positions. Served a penalty there. The Aston Martin going through me there, but a little bit too hot on the brakes. He gets a little bit too wide because he's going to get a penalty for that for sure. And I get back to P9 as somebody else was also wide there. And it was going so far so good, like already gained 6 positions now, already in P9. Also this Aston Martin, the Greek guy I believe, was also like really pushing it, like giving the pressure on me, and a little bit too wide here. Come on, get back on the track. A little bit of a skid, trying not to. Yeah, it happened again. And then just wait it for a bit. Tried to check my Ethernet cable again, and I did end up again try making a qualifying lap. So I said there's no point. I just did a qualifying lap trying to see if it's gonna disconnect again, and it actually didn't. So I ended up having this race. It was actually a couple of races. It had been already 2 hours since tried to start making this content, these videos for you, and it was going okay. Already gained positions there from Mona Lisa, who got bullied by the Indian guy in front of me, the Indian driver, and we were pulling away from the cars behind us. So it was okay, it was alright. The only problem I was having is just trying to get past the driver in front of me with with an RCZ, I think so, yeah. And he got some kind of boost and ended up going past the Belgian, and now just left me with the process of trying to catch up with them and trying to overtake the Belgian, which I did over here as he went a little bit too deep on the brakes, and I got a nice exit, and but it wasn't really enough because I was really kind of away from the slipstream zone from the guys in front of me. As you see here, the driver, the Indian driver, when almost was actually going through, was not really through, but going was really quick. It was really quick. Also, the guy in the Donza, the driver Donza there, who was having the 4GT, was really defensive, a lot of defensive. And as I say, I was just timing for them, going down two by two, pushing them wide, pushing each other wide, I might say, trying to go for the little bit of gap that was there, tried to push them wide. And we side by side with the Indian guy. I didn't really mean to do that. It's just like the car was really bouncing around. Brake a little bit, just a tad late so that I can have a pack it at the apex and he doesn't get a go through. But here going down side by side is kind of side by side me. I'm gonna try also brake again right here, go a little bit defensive, go just cover the inside, and at the brake right here he just misses his braking point and punts me wide, which was really frustrating because I would have won that after being frustrated from Ethernet cable disconnection. For some reason, I don't know, until this day, I don't know. But I didn't end up finishing fourth, which is actually, wait, did we start at fourth? No, we started at fifth. And with finishing that race, we ended up joining another, how can I put it, like a better race, I might say, better lobby, which was kind of frightening. I got caught staring at the BMW M4 that was behind me, which had a really unique livery, which gave me some ideas on what to do on my Lexus. So, because you see, they're still checking it back a little bit, just one more time before attacking the Hyundai Genesis, was be braked a lot earlier than expected, and I had to go into the back of him. And the Brit guy, Apex Weber, was behind me. Also saw that I went to the back of him and he braked a little bit too early also, and at least good thing he didn't go into the back of me. But when I was going through here, I already gained some positions from the guys behind me, and again going side by side with the Volkswagen right here. Actually, the guy in the RCZ, I think that was a Peugeot. So this is a Volkswagen. Again, I have a better straight line speed, and there's a guy. I think they're fighting behind me. I think I just saw that, and I think, oh, okay, a lot of argy bargy going right here. The guy in the French guy lost it completely, and enigmatic. I think that's what he's calling himself. They are now four wide here, a lot of fighting, which actually made chance for Mona Lisa to try and come back for a late lunge, which was not really necessary. I don't know why, because I did pass her clean. I think I'm expecting that to be a car's name. I don't know why, but anyway, it's not really sexist or anything. But I have the slipstream here. He breaks a little earlier. I don't know why it makes me go to the back of him, which actually I know I'm losing a lot of sportsmanship rating with that. And Custard is just right there behind me. It's just going to try and go for the move here, which is non-existent, but it's gonna try and push me wide. I don't know why, but anyway, it's just racing. But probably it's gonna be a racing incident. As you see there, the guy in the Peugeot in the RCZ, as I corrected myself. Sometimes I get this wrong, and Egmatic is the one who caused all these problems because he went attacking in the wrong positions, and later Mona Lisa just kept going into the back of him, the driver, I might say, because Egmatic, the guy, the Brit driver right there, I think he's not experienced on that car, and he brakes a little bit earlier, which makes the German driver brake a little bit earlier, which makes me go into the back of him. As you see here, I didn't mean to punt him. It just the car it just bounced off. I just gave him way to go through, but the driver decided, yeah, no, we're not gonna have any of that. And I did finish in P15 because the last guy, the guy was in P15, ended up going through. And this next day, which I made a kind of better qualifying lap, and I started in a bad lobby. Like GT Sport gives you a warning, like if you have a bad race again, you're gonna throw you all the way to the gutter, like all the way down there. So it was BA, but everyone else behind me and Geronimo here, who also I think had a bad race before, and we're in the same lobby. So this is going to just be a straight up win for us because like by the end of lap one, we already 2 seconds. I'm already the guy behind us was already 2 seconds away, and he overshot his braking point, and we were side by side going down into the S's, going down to the main straight. He backs off, I think, or he kind of got a little bit squally off the exit, and here he comes back again by the end of lap two, starting of lap three. I made a better lap. Break a little bit earlier, but he took the position. I saw him last minute try to cover him off, but wasn't really gonna make it. Sorry, get a little bit of a hiccup here. I don't know why. But then here again, he just keeping the pressure on. You're already 4 seconds ahead from the guys in from P3. He cuts it really, really wide, and he has dirty tires now, and that's gonna give me a good. I was checking actually to check if he's gonna get a penalty for that, or the steward was sleeping. But anyway, do end up leading the race to the end, win for Lexus, and now here's also another race that was going to be a little bit. No, actually, yeah, the next race, the next day race. So we do end up in a better quality of a race of a day of a race. So with the Polish guy in front of us and Geronimo is ahead, also it's starting in P1. It's going to be a really tricky one for this because we're gonna have another incident with the McLaren a bit later. You get to see it. Don't worry. This was really like I was skeptical on doing these races because they've come up a lot of times, still the same laps, medium tires, and the Genesis also was a good lap. If I'll link the videos up there with the cards. Geronimo gets overtaken by the Polish guy, who the Supra also was a good car for this race, and braking just at the right time. A little bit of a push there from the guy behind me in the Porsche. It goes through. I didn't want to go wide and get a 0.5 second penalty because I don't want to go behind. So losing position is not what we should be doing. We should be going up positions, and I just need to try and catch up with the guys in front of us and not fall back to the group that is behind us, which is a actual rather big group, like 4 cars. So if I fall back into that group, I'm going all the way, and Geronimo goes into the grass. I'm gonna push it forward a little bit because uh, this is where everything started going bad. The guy, the, the Porsche driver in front of me, got a little bit handsy on the grass, and he got a 0.5 second penalty. And the French guy in the McLaren just comes pushing me wide. It's a good thing actually I didn't get a penalty for that because it was a little bit. It would have been a big mistake. He'd see as he just went through me, like he hit me off the track, and he doesn't get a penalty for that. And the Supra gets a little bit squally. I'd get a little bit squally at the end of the race. I caught up to them, and the German, no, the Czech guy, they're all going to go. Oh, it almost went a big incident there. He did cut actually. Just seen that the French guy did cut. He's gonna get a 0.5 second penalty. So the thing is, I was just hoping that I get a just sub 1 second because he's gonna get a second penalty, and due to the top speed of the McLaren, is not going to happen. And it has get the position. So I changed cars and end up in P1. I don't know if that's a thing. If you change cars, I'm gonna test it out throughout the coming daily races. I'm gonna start changing cars so that I can see which if it changes the kind of lobbies that I'm gonna be having. Because if I end up in P1, definitely it's gonna just if the guys behind us are not going to attack, they are really just going to like just run away with the win. Also, I'm planning also to do the back from behind in the Group C, Daily Race C, I might say, in the Group 2 DTM cars, which kind of are the same. But this also was another easy race. Like after the S's, the chicanes, I already was like 2 seconds ahead, as I did maintain that. The only thing about this car through this section over here, you just needed it to be in second gear most cars you had to be in first gear, but this one, if you put it in first gear, there's a lot of wheel spin and the rear end gets out of hand. But I did manage to tame that, and by the end of the race, I did win. So it was as easy as that. So hope you did enjoy, and see you in the next one. Peace.